This feels pretty good, dude. Let's go flying.
Okay, sounds good. Watching.
Good, carry some brake, good, driving.
Nice one. Get up past those lines, a little to the right. A little to the right, there you go. Just make sure you get over those lines and then head towards that bump on spine 1. Alright, Jonathan, head back and relax. Relax your neck. Add some brake when you're going up like that. Take that altitude, and then when you're done going up, go back to glide. You might be able to intercept that spine a little higher. Kind of closer to the power line there. You're getting such a good glide, I'd go a little more right. You're getting a killer glide on that wing. Jonathan, if you're still going up there, circle on that one. And make a full 360. Come in a little deeper and get that thing to turn, man, if you're going up. Go back to where you were. Still got good altitude. I'm not sure how to do it. Trying to track that climb. Smooth on the input. Nothing too quick. Nice and smooth. Remember, you don't want to do stuff too fast. You're going up, so make it room into a turn there and get some circles going and very beeping. Try to, if you're in a piece of road, try to do circles, go in and out of it. You gotta get into the circles and then tracking. Come on back into the mountains. And they're slow and easy inputs with those hands. Go back to where you found those climbs. Looking around you for other pilots marking climbs. We can get up there. We just need to stumble into a climb, and when we get one, we need to do circles in it and stay with it. So right over the spine or near your spine. And you don't want to kind of keep circling in that same area if you're not going up. If you're going up, cool. But you got to find a new area if there's no lift and then you're in. Should be over the top of the spine or just past it. Over the top of the spine or close to it. You don't want to make a move to spine to that altitude. Good, keep brake on there, keep brake on there. That's big enough for going around. So try to track it if it's a climb. That isn't very big, so we need to find something a little bigger than that. visibility. The red glider's climbing right where we told you to intercept the spine on the flight out. You kind of got drifted away from home. So head back that way and see if you can get into some of that. Don't lose track of what you're above. Let's go back to plan A, which is to get the spine on and find a climb there. You get yourself some good altitude. If you find something juicy on the way, work it. Good, and you get fish on, Jonathan. I need you to reel it in and make a full 360 instead of just boating around. Use those other pilots. Don't do it all on your own. Don't be afraid to join in another thermal where somebody's going up there. Jonathan, you're doing great. Keep working on what you're working on. I'm going to get Latifah launched here. If you get high, I don't want you to push out front too early. You come back in the mountains this early. It's going to work better in the mountains early. So if you have a ton of altitude and you pushed out front and didn't get a climb when you come back, don't waste all your altitude out front. Turn around. Spine 2, go to spine 2. And you want to intercept it higher, so aim more up the spine. Remember, you want to come in 300 feet above the spine, right? So intercept it a little higher. It's going to work better back and relax. So Jonathan, I'm going to be focused on Latifa here. You can ignore the radio. What I need you to do, Jonathan, is continue the theme that you worked on at Spine 1. I want you finding thermals and doing 6 or 7 turns per thermal and more. Just be aware of Cloudbase. I don't want you getting too close to the clouds. Latifa, you can go more to the right. You got good altitude. Intercept the spine higher. Perfect, Latifa. To your left now, Latifa, for the spine. You don't want to get too close to those power lines, so more to your left, Latifa. Good. Add some brake there, Latifa. Keep some brake on. Roldanillo. Remember, you're on a glide for Utah landing zone, the big field by the alligators, unless you find a climb. Zigzagging around, because that means you're going to land out there lower than you want to. You're going to arrive out there lower. We're looking down the spine for our next climb. going up, make a circle there, Latifa. If you're going up, make a circle. Beautiful, bring that all the way around. Nice. Stay with that one. Track that thermal. Need a tiny bit more left brake when you're turning. Looking for that piece of air. We'll be pushing towards Utah to find a better part of it. Pushing towards the valley. There you go, turn on that. Doing some outside brake, even when you're turning left, you're doing a little bit of right hand. That's nice. Keep turning. Beautiful banking. Go keep it turning. Keep it turning. Good. Feeling that outside hand. Now when you get towards Utah in the valley, extend straight. Hands up right there a little bit. And if you're still going up, you can make a turn. If not, keep gliding towards Utah. It doesn't look like you're going up super good there, so let's push on. And if you are, keep circling. It doesn't look like you're going up. We're going to look for our next level, but push towards the Utah LZ as you glide. Turn on that, make a turn now. Turn the glider, you're going up. Turn it a little tighter, there you go. And lean into that turn a little bit with your body. Keep it coming. And on this next, we're falling out the box, and the next one will extend a little further to the Utah before we turn. And we'll just push out that way a little bit. Whatever you think, go straight for a little bit. There you go, now turn that thing if you're still going up. So we're a little slow, so you're just having to turn a little tighter. Keep it turning. Good, keep pushing that way. We got it. Keep going up if we're going to continue. We need to push out and keep finding more climbs and push out towards Utah. When you're gliding like you are right now, you shouldn't have any brake on. Remember, the Alligator Mountain is the one in front of the chicken coop. And you should be headed that way. Hands all the way up, best glide. You don't want to be zigzagging around. You want to start with that good big LZ. Heading towards Utah. You got to have the options on the way. So there are some fields between Utah and the alligators. It's just those fields kind of out in the middle there, but there's bushes and stuff. Those are okay too. Probably start gliding. Now you're the pilot in command. You're the one who knows if you might have to land at the chicken coop LZ that we pointed out zone, or if you can think you can make it out to those big bushy fields just on the valley side of the Alligator Mountain. So you decide whether you've got that glide to those fields that are kind of between Utah and the Alligator. If not, you might need to fall back. I think you're okay. I think you've got the big fields, big bushy fields. There's big bushes and stuff in there, but they're fine to land in. Good. Slow it down a little bit if you're going up. If you're going up for more than 3 to 4 seconds, you can't make a circle. It's got to be a tighter circle. Make a tighter circle. Go for it. Make a circle. Bring it around. Stay with that one. So track it. I'm going to be quiet and let you focus. You know what to do. Turn on that circle and get altitude. Good job. So you can nibble and push any direction where you're pointed and you feel you're going up a little more, your various beeping more. Just a little bit. You're still in the lift, so stay with it. You're kind of exploring, figuring out where the best direction that you're pointed when your vario is the happiest. You might extend for a second that way. When your vario is screaming and it feels like it's the stronger part, you might nibble that direction just a little bit for a little bit longer, flying straight, and then turn. Wherever you feel that, you're going to extend that direction and then continue your turn. You're mapping that climb. That climb might be over. Great job tracking that thing. And look at your altitude. Look at the difference. So now I want you to point towards Utah. Your LZ Utah. Unless you have another GCLZ close by, you can push out to where you think there's going to be lift. I'm looking for birds a lot. I'm looking for birds a lot. Scan the sky in front of you for birds. Climb as you glide towards Utah. You can also look for other pilots that are marking climbs. Jonathan, this is Rob just checking in. You don't need to get back to me right away on the radio. I want you hands-on up there. But if you're on a ride or you're going to come down, I'm trying to give you a radio transmission. You're just saying I'm flying 1, I'm flying 2, and what your altitude is. Don't hurry to make that report. As long as you're with GCLZ, you're still in the game, right? And if you get high enough to where you push out further into the valley and past Utah, there's fields everywhere. You got to be looking for birds and looking for other pilots. High enough to where you have Utah in the bag. Don't give Utah away by losing your focus and drifting away unless you have another LZ that's huge and beautiful like Utah. So Latifa, you're doing great. Once you get out to the flats like that, you're not looking for the ripping climbs like you had up in the mountains. You're just surviving. You're just turning in that stuff because the day is going to get better, so it's about surviving. So I'm going to go get ready for my camera. Keep doing your thing. You guys can check in with me. I'm going to keep an eye on you. Just keep the good big Utah within reach unless you have another one that's just as good somewhere close by. you're kind of committed to the flats at this point, which is a great thing. You